Just one thing after another today. So I wake up not feeling like P. Diddy. Uh, I'm trying to get ready to leave, and I can't find Sam. And so I'm looking all over the house for him in his usual spots, in the bathroom, in the, 'cause sometimes he likes to hide in the shower because the shower will drip sometimes, and he likes to play with the water, as it drips down. So I thought, okay, maybe the shower, and I look under the little table drawer thing that's in there. He wasn't under there. Um, Checked behind the chair and in there and all that. Checked under the bed. Nope. So I'm like, okay, where is he? He was on my roommate's desk, like off in the corner by the computer tower. He's like in between the tower and the piece, the monitor, and that's why I couldn't find him. He like blended in, and there he is, just staring at me. Like, I'm like, okay, so at least one thing is solved. So I get ready to leave, and I go out feed Mama. Come back in, fill up my water bottle, then I actually leave. And then as I'm going down the stairs, I'm not down the stairs yet, but I kind of look over and there's Kaya, and he's got something in his mouth, and it's about, oh, I don't know, about yay big. Eh, gotcha, didn't I? I know exactly what you were thinking. I know exactly what you were thinking because that same thought went through my mind. But don't you fret. It wasn't that. It wasn't one of the babies. It was a squirrel. So I'm like, wait a minute. And then I'm counting all of them, like, wait, five. And then I go down and check, and it's a squirrel. And it's like, he's like chomping on down to its neck. And it's like almost looking at me with its cold, dead black eyes. I'm like, oh, it's just a squirrel. You had me worried, Kaya. I thought you had gone crazy. So, but it also answered the question of who left the squirrel tail. So, like a while ago, I said that I had gone outside and there was a squirrel tail sitting there on the porch. Well, now I know who did it. So, now I know I looked up why squirrels don't eat the tails of or cats don't eat the tails of squirrels. I mean, probably because it's not nutritional enough for them. Maybe it's the way it's, you know, tougher. I mean, they eat the whole thing, the bones and all, but for some reason they won't eat the tail. And of course, it's like, oh well, if your outside cat's eating squirrels, you might want to check their health. And no, he's perfectly fine. He has a normal appetite. He goes to the bathroom normally. He's an outside cat. He likes to hunt. Over at the country house, Henrietta's hunting all the time, whether it be mice or birds. They're outside cats, and they like to show off their hunting prowess. That's all it is. There's no health risks for him right now because, again, he's fine. He's not like he's not eating. So he just likes to show off. Look at me. Look what I did. Um, then I get to work. So my landlady is supposed to usually be back by like 12 o'clock or so, but today was closer to 1. So she leaves at 11:30 or so. She's like, "Oh, I'll be back in about 45 minutes to an hour." Because she had to do something. But then she was down at the cabin, and they were like, the guy who was down there, who was delivering the gravel, he was like stuck in like a mud ditch, and so I had to go down there and freaking help push the damn truck out of that. So basically, if I hadn't been there, they wouldn't have gotten out of that damn ditch. I swear, sometimes I think this planet would just stop spinning if I wasn't here. Um, so there's that. Um, what else? Anything with June today? I mean, apart from it being freaking hot as hell. Um, I mean, so not being able to find Sam, thinking that Kaya devoured one of the babies, uh, and it's fun. because it's hot out and I'm having to walk up this hill because in order to get to the cabin, it's like down uh, a little pathway. So it's like I'm pushing this freaking truck out of a, ditch, and I'm not exhausted at all. But as soon as I start walking up, I'm like, because I got the sun blaring on me, I'm starving at that point because I hadn't eaten the entire time. I'm like, how am I out of energy right now? I was just pushing a freaking truck, and I walked away not, feeling anything. But it's the freaking sun. It was just, it's all nice and cool, and then like boom, it just slaps you, and your body just sometimes can't. So I'm like, ugh, freaking hot, because that's really what it was. It wasn't like, it was like, oh my god, it's hot. And I would have thought that I would have started panting or something, or sweating from the heat when I was pushing this car, this truck out. But nope, the heat got to me when I was walking up this damn hill. It's stupid. But I just have to make through work tomorrow because I think Friday's Good Friday. So I think we have off, which is good. So I just got to make it through tomorrow. I mean, yesterday. Oh wait, what was it yesterday? Yeah, so yesterday, I swear, the freaking transportation here. So I got off the bus yesterday, and David was like, "Yeah, they have you down as a no-show for Wednesday." So of course I'm pissed off, and I just give him the fee anyway because if you miss it, if you're a no-show, you have to pay what you were supposed to pay. But it's like I know damn well I called my phone. I had the number, so when I called them to tell them that I didn't need a ride home, I was like, "Can you please let Steve know he doesn't have to get me today because apparently you guys had me marked down as a no-show last Wednesday, and I'm looking at my phone right now and it shows I did call." She's like, you called?" I'm like, "Yeah." It says outgoing call March 28th, 12:58 p.m. I'm like, "I know I called because it's saying right here that I called you guys." It seems like once a week they're saying, "Oh, you're a no-show." Like I've talked to the big boss. And I'm like, "Yeah, let Steve know he doesn't have to get me today." She's like, "All right, I'll let him know." And then like next day, they're like, we have you down as a no show." I'm like, "I just talked to the big boss herself, and she said, okay, I'll let him know." I mean, how hard is it to tell the guy that I don't need a ride home? So, but yeah. Hopefully I can. I mean, yesterday I got enough done. Friday I went to work and I was the only one freaking there, really. So I didn't have to worry about anything really being brought down. So yesterday I managed to do the car. There was like one thing of cardboard left. I did the rest of the lint that was there. I did a bale of lab. Um, I started the plastic, but I'm like, wait, there's probably a lot up there because she wasn't here on Friday to collect it. So I'm like, sure, there's a lot of plastic up there. Let me just put the plastic in now and get this out of the way so that way when she comes down with the plastic, all she has to do is just put the rest in and bale it. And then she can start carpet if she needs to. But yeah, pretty much when I left, the only thing I think I really had left was lab for like 2 pallets. And it really wasn't even that much. It's just heavy. That stuff is close to 100 pounds, some of it. It's just, uh, and if it was higher up, it wouldn't be much of a big deal, but it's all the way down to the ground. So, and some of these are big pieces, which means like these things that are close to 100 pounds, I gotta try lifting with the proper lifting technique, lift with your legs, not your back. So I've got to try to fold these long pieces, prevent it from folding back out and smacking me. And then I got to try to lift it properly and trying to get these pieces of lab that are longer than the baler into the baler. and I've got to do that by myself. So, um, yeah, but hopefully they got some of it done today. Because I mean, I think they probably only should have brought down a couple things of cardboard, which should have been done. And of course, the other baler, the two balers, looking like crap again, because I can't go over there and do anything. Especially the other day, we had there was racks that had tubes on it, and I ended up having to put the because when I did the lab, like those really huge pallets, like the pallets that are about the size of my bed. Like there's nowhere near me where I could. I'm like, okay, well I have to put it over there near the other baler because I have nowhere over here that I can go. So that's another thing blocking the damn way. But hopefully I can just go in tomorrow, get the crap done, and then hopefully look forward to a good 3 day weekend. You know, it's been hot, but it's supposed to be only hot till about Friday, and then we're back in like the 50s or 60s or something. Rain, thankfully. But then we're hot again, like up to almost 90 degrees. At least she's doing okay, mama. Like, I was sitting down outside before, and then I got up and I was checking on Kaya, because he's sitting there chewing on the squirrel, and I feel something rub against my leg, and I look down. There's mama. Like, everywhere I go now, she follows me. And it's like she doesn't go back to her babies. Like, if I put food out for her, sometimes she won't eat unless I acknowledge her and, rub her booty and her neck and all that. Then she'll eat, and then she'll go back to her babies. So she was sitting out there. I went out there and gave her some attention. Then she finally decided to eat. I put out some treats for her. So, and that was enough to perk her up a little bit because then she went back into the box. And then the minute I see her kind of like lay down and, you know, for the babies, I'm like, okay, I can go inside now. 3 to 4 times a day she needs to eat. Like 3 or 4 cans of food a day she needs to eat. It's insane. Luckily enough, cat food is cheap. You can go to I go to Dollar General and get those nice, big cans for like 70 cents. One of the tall cans for like $1 something. I mean, one of those big cans alone is like a day's worth of food, so. But, and it's got to go on for 8 weeks. None of the babies have their eyes opened yet, but it's still, what? She had them, what, Friday, Saturday? So it takes up to 2 weeks. So it'll probably take those 2 weeks before they open their eyes. Although I have to reinforce the little box out there because obviously once their eyes open, they're going to want to wander. So at least the back is protected right now, and I'm going to put on the sides, um, to kind of not only reinforce it from the weather and help with the shade to get it shaded, but also because they won't be able to climb up that box. I mean, they'll be able to get through the front of it, but I'll have some kind of there to catch them in case or something like that. Plus, Mama should be smart enough to pick them up and put them back in the box. I mean, I hope. I mean, all her babies survived the last time. They were sitting there under the freaking stairs, so, you know, they should be fine. But it's actually a little more dangerous because the babies can easily fit through those, little diamonds over there and that fencing on the porch. And then what happens? They go through and whoop, they drop like 4 feet. So, but it should be fine. They should be fine. I'm out whenever I'm home. I'm pretty much out there and keeping an eye on them. So they'll be fine. Just can't wait till they're small little fluff balls running around and I get to watch them try to learn how to climb up and down the stairs. That's always the cutest thing. because even though the stairs are only like that far apart, they're like, I love kittens. They're so cute. But yeah, Mama's doing well. And again, you guys, I knew what you were thinking when I said about Kaya. It was just a squirrel. In fact, if you guys want, I can show the squirrel tail. Not here, obviously. I can't take my webcam outside. But yeah, don't worry. The same thought ran through my mind. I'm like, oh no, no. I mean, because he'll go up to the box and stare at them, but not like he just kind of like he's actually been really good. He's letting Mama eat the wet food. He sits there on guard, at the door of by the stairs, and he's being a good big brother. He's giving Mama her space. D Luke's been over there on the other side, on the my roommate's brother's porch, laying in the box. Um, but he's still coming over. He also came inside, which is huge for him because before he didn't want to come inside. And when Meowsy came in, she freaked the hell out. But D-Lu came inside. He went all the way to the living room area. No freaking out. He was, scared, and he was like kind of like slinking around. But once I opened the door, he just ran out. Unlike Mama, who like went into the bathroom, started clawing up the freaking shower curtains, and then the curtains in there. No, he came inside. He wandered for a minute, and he went back outside. So props to him. He had the courage to come in because Kai was in here. So brother see, brother do. But anyway, yeah. One thing after another. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.